So this morning we took part in some yoga. How was that this morning?
It was good. I mean, it was good for us to get a little recovery in, and I think it's really going to help us get prepared for the game on Saturday. We definitely needed after that 11-hour journey back, so I think it was good for the guys that played a lot of minutes, and it was good for the team in general, just to try something different.
So talk to us a bit about yourself. Where do you come from? How have you got into soccer?
So I'm from Arlington, Texas. It's about maybe like 20 minutes from Dallas. I started playing soccer when I was about 4 years old. My parents kind of just threw me in all the sports, and soccer is the one that I kind of enjoyed the most. So that's kind of how I got into it, and then really just been playing ever since.
So you played since a child?
Yeah.
So that was one thing I wanted to touch on, because America, as opposed to Europe, doesn't really have many soccer stars. So what does the USA need to do in terms of getting to that level of European soccer?
I think just taking more time to identify talent at an early age. I think that just in our country, it's more about like they look at a lot of athleticism and stuff from an early age, and that kind of determines if you're going to be a good player or not. But whereas in Europe, they focus more on like your technique and your ability to actually play the game of soccer and your IQ. So I think that that's something that's definitely need to be looked at a bit more. And I think we are getting to that stage. I think we're starting to make those adjustments, and I think that has been good for the club, especially with the introduction of having academies, and like separation between like academies and club, and just like where clubs kind of, if you want to just play, and have fun, you can play club. If you want to play academy and become like that elite player, you have the opportunity to do that, and those are where you'll play with like the top, probably the best players in the country. So I think that step alone has definitely been big, and I think over the past probably 5 years, it's definitely shown improvement, especially with the Generation Adidas Cup, where we have all the teams from all around the world coming that are sponsored by Adidas. Like you have like Madrid and all the other teams coming over to play some of our top MLS teams, and some of our academies are like stacking up against some of the best clubs in Europe. So I think it's definitely been improved for sure.
So growing up, who was your soccer idol?
Growing up, I was a big Thierry Henry fan. So I mean, I'm a winger. He started off as a winger. He changed to striker. But I mean, I really did idolize this way he plays, and kind of just how his enthusiasm and his passion for the game. And he just likes to score, and that's kind of, I mean, that's my job as a base scorer, is to score. So it's kind of somebody that I look up to, and I still look up to him to this day.
So how did you end up at Corpus Christi? Because you was here last year as well.
Yeah.
Your second year. So how did you get into Corpus Christi?
So I started playing off. I was on a team in Dallas, Texas United, who's obviously in our conference. Didn't play a lot, didn't get a lot of minutes, so I kind of just had to do the same thing that I did to get into Texas United, was just sending emails, sending out to all the PDL teams in the league, and I realized that Corpus Christi just got announced. I think it was in October of 2017 that they were going to be a club, and I honestly had no idea how to get in touch with the coach. I was trying to find the email, couldn't find anybody, so I just did the next best thing, went on social media, and I ended up finding Caro and Seth, who were like the two guys from Corpus that had got signed. So I just messaged Caro on Twitter and kind of just asked him for the coach's email, told him I was interested. He's like, yeah, sure. Gave him so I had to. I mean, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do at this point. Like I was very driven. I really wanted to like prove that I was good enough to play at this level. And emailed the coach, and it was just a lot of talk, because I mean, I had my video from college, which was only like 2 minutes long, wasn't the best quality, so it was kind of hard to for them to identify my talents from that film. But luckily they decided to take me, and I almost didn't even, I don't know what they really expected. I knew they were taking a big chance on me, like I said, and I ended up making it out to the first scrimmage, which was like I drove like 9 hours from New Mexico to here to play in the scrimmage, and because I just knew that I wanted to prove to them that they weren't wasting their time and they were going to get a good player. And yeah, we ended up winning that game against 3-0 against Houston, and they were just like, they're very surprised. They were like, yeah, you're everything that we thought you would be, but they couldn't tell from my video because it wasn't very good. Yeah. So it was just good to be able to play in front of them and just show them that I wasn't like a waste of time, that I am a good soccer player, and they've really, I thank them for that, like, because they gave me a chance nobody else really did. So it's really like just thankful for that.
So that's probably one of the reasons why you became the captain, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we had a couple sessions before that first game, and I guess they just saw that I was very passionate. I had a good IQ for the game, and kind of was trying to get everybody gelled together because there's only 3 practices before the first game. Everybody was a little bit, not really nervous, but you know, it was just different. You know, like this is Corpus Christi's first game as a club, and you know that's really big. So I think they just looked at me to be a leader, and yeah, that's kind of how that all happened. I think after that game, they kind of just they texted me and just kind of told me that they wanted me to be the captain for the season, and I was excited for that. And it was good. It was very, very interesting. It was good first year. Yeah.
So let's look ahead to the Brazos game. We lost to them 2-0 the other week. They're coming to us now.
Yeah.
How important is this game for us to get the players? Because we're the top scoring team at the moment. This is their game in hand as well.
Yeah.
So how important is it that we get the W for this game?
It's big. It's really big, and I think everybody on the team knows that. They know it. They know they love Calvary. They know it's a big game. But yeah, I mean, I've been looking at the schedule since it came out, and I saw that we played Calvary 4 times. So I know, like, in order for us to even have a shot to make the playoffs, we're gonna have to beat them at least twice, at least twice. And playing at home, obviously, as you can tell from like in the league, is like really, really important. So being able to get a win at home is gonna be big, and we're gonna really, really need to win at home because winning away is already hard. Obviously, as you can tell, playing when we play them at home, and they have their fans, but I think we have really good fans too. So hopefully, we get a lot of fans out for this game because it's really, really important that we have that support as well. So, but yeah, it's huge. It's massive, and everybody, like I said, everybody on the team knows. Everybody's focused. We knew that Mississippi was a big game too, and we came in there focused, and we ended up getting a result, like a really big result that we needed because like they were one of the teams predicted to win our conference.
Yeah.
So going in there and beating them away is like huge because now they know that we're not a team that you're just gonna come in and just walk over and win. Like you're gonna actually have to play to beat us. So it was good for us to get that away win. I think that we're gonna take that momentum into playing Calvary this Saturday. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a really big game.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna finish with some quick fire questions. Okay. So, is it called football or soccer?
Soccer. American.
Okay.
Soccer.
MLS or Premier League?
Premier League's definitely more exciting.
Favorite sport outside of soccer?
Favorite sport outside of soccer, I'm gonna have to go with. That is an interesting question. I don't really know.
You used to play basketball, didn't you?
Yeah, I played basketball for a little bit, but it gets boring because like there's super teams everywhere, so it's like it's not very exciting to watch. I don't know really. I mean, I guess I would say college football. College football is definitely more exciting than NFL, so I would say college football is probably the next favorite sport.
Netflix or nightclub?
Netflix, sure.
Would you prefer to win 7-3 or 3-0?
3-0 for sure. Gotta get the
Clean sheet.
shutout. Clean sheet, gotta get the shutout. Everybody feels good, so.
To win the Champions League or the World Cup?
Ooh, World Cup. World Cup. If I could play for the United States in the World Cup, that'd probably be.
That's the dream.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, winning the World Cup would definitely be. That'd be really cool.
Finally, an overhead kick or a well-worked team goal?
Ooh, man.
Bear in mind, Sebastian will see this back.
Overhead kick, I'll probably say the team goal for sure, because I don't even think I'm flexible enough after yoga today to do overhead kick. So I'm definitely gonna take the team goal for sure.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks a lot, Stanley. Appreciate